Growing outrage across the Caribbean after reports that two Trinidadian fishermen have been killed in a U.S. military strike off the coast of Venezuela. Remember, I was reporting on that early this week that there was a strike. Now, the US president has claimed responsibility, calling the victim narcoterrorists. But families in Trinidad are demanding proof and accusing Washington of executing civilians at sea. Let's get into this. According to the US government, the strike targeted a vessel allegedly transporting goods from Venezuela to the United States. It says 6 men were killed in what was described as a lethal kinetic operation in international waters. But so far, no evidence has been released. No coordinates, no images, no official confirmation of what exactly the vessel carried. And now Trinidad and Tobago police are investigating whether two of those 6 men were actually citizens of the small fishing village Las Cuevas on the island's north coast. Residents say the 2 men, both fishermen, had recently traveled to Venezuela to visit family and purchase supplies. Just a few days later, that boat was gone. One of them has been identified as 26-year-old Chad Joseph. His mother, Lenore Burnley, told reporters that people they know in Venezuela confirmed Chad was on the vessel that was attacked. She said, and I quote, "According to maritime law, if you see a boat, you are supposed to stop it and intercept it, not just blow it up. That's our Trinidadian law, and I think every fisherman, every human knows that." She said her son had been planning to return home after 3 months abroad. Local media also reported another missing man from Las Cuevas, known by locals simply as Samaru.
On the US's fifth airstrike, Trinidadians Chad Joseph and another man identified only as Samaru were among 6 people killed on Tuesday.
I watch at it as wickedness. So why we killing people Toronto? They're not meant that way. They're supposed to be that way. No. The boy ain't no drug trafficker. He just make them run and come back.
Joseph's grandmother, Christine, says her grandson was in Venezuela for the past 3 months and wanted desperately to return home, but his previous attempts failed.
This is not the first such strike. At least 27 people have been killed in similar US operations near Venezuela in recent weeks. Washington says the actions are part of a regional effort to dismantle narcoterror networks, which they claim funnel drugs through Caribbean waters into the US. But critics argue these operations violate international maritime law, which requires the suspected vessels be identified, boarded, and searched, and not just destroyed outright. Under international maritime law, when a ship is suspected of carrying contraband, the protocol is clear. Identify the vessel, order it to stop, intercept, and board. Then detain the crew if illegal cargo is found. Blowing up a boat without warning is considered an extrajudicial act, especially if it involves civilians or occurs outside any declared war zone. That's why legal experts and human rights groups are calling for an independent investigation into these so-called anti-narcotic strikes.
I know it was going to reach this year. Trump considering strikes on land against Venezuela cartels. US President Donald Trump said Wednesday he was considering strikes targeting Venezuelan cartels on land after a series of deadly strikes at sea against alleged drug carrying. "We are certainly looking at land now because we have got the sea very well under control," Trump told reporters in the Oval Office when asked if he was wearing strikes on land. Trinidad and Tobago, we as a twin island have to continue to watch and pray now, because if things get out of control, if Donald Trump really go in the people country and start eating, trust me, we could get caught up in the mix. So please, watch and pray.
Across the region, the fallout is growing. CARICOM leaders have not yet issued an official response, but diplomats in Georgetown and Port of Spain say the issue could become a major test of regional unity and of how much Washington respects the sovereignty of Caribbean nations. A former regional security advisor said that the Caribbean Sea is not America's backyard. its shared territory governed by treaties and international law. If it's confirmed that Caribbean citizens were killed by a US missile strike, it could it could definitely trigger formal action by CARICOM and even the UN. What will this bring? Well, I guess we'll find out. Meanwhile, in Caracas, President Maduro has ordered large scale military exercises, mobilizing soldiers, police, and civilian militias across Venezuela. He accuses the US of escalating aggression and warns that his country will defend its sovereignty by any means necessary. Analysts say the move signals Venezuela's readiness for a confrontation and could drag nearby nations, including Trinidad, into a dangerous regional standoff. For the families in Las Cuevas, this isn't just about geopolitics. It's about two men who went fishing and just never came home. Their loved ones are still waiting for answers, and as one villager told reporters, we may be small islands, but our people deserve the same respect for life and law as anyone else. The investigation continues as tensions rise between the US, Venezuela, and the wider Caribbean. We keep you updated as this story develops. I'm Whitney Mckoy, and you're watching the African Diaspora News Channel. Until next time, stay connected, stay informed.